When alternating current passing through the pure resistance, there is no phase difference between alternating current and alternating voltage. It is nothing but both of them in the same phase. In case of inductance, it means nothing but when alternating current passing through the pure inductance, the current lags behind the voltage by pi by 2 radian or 180 degrees. If this alternating current passes through the pure capacitance, what happens? So now our question is alternating current through pure capacitance. Capacitance is nothing but where we have to take capacitor. We know the symbol of the capacitor is like this. Both the plates are equal. So this is the capacitor, whose capacity I am taking as C. Now you want to pass alternating current, so alternating current source is required. So this is the alternating current source, whose EMF is taken as E is equal to E naught sin omega t. That is maybe taken as equation 1. After some time t, the current which is passing through the circuit is taken as I. And we know when current is passing through the capacitor plates, charge is increased on the capacitor plates. The charge increased on the capacitor plates at any time is taken as Q. Some potential is developed, as some EMF is developed across the capacitor plates. In previous education, we discussed that the relation of the capacitor, capacitance, and C and V is where C is the capacitor capacity, V is the potential across the capacitor plates, and Q is the charge. That is Q is equal to CV. That is EMF induced between the capacitor plates V is equal to Q by C. Of course, this is also which opposes the original EMF. So the EMF induced is minus Q by C across the capacitor plates. Of course, in this case also there is no resistance, so the potential is 0. Now when we apply Kirchhoff's second law to this closed circuit, the resultant EMF is E minus Q by C. Because E is along this direction, Q by C is along this direction. Both of them in opposite. So the resultant EMF E minus Q by C, that is equal to the potential difference across the resistance. There is no resistance in this circuit. So that is the potential is 0. That is E minus Q by C is equal to 0. That is Q by C is equal to E. That is Q is equal to CE. But our aim is to calculate alternating current. So how can we calculate by using this? We know current I is equal to integration Q dt. Am I right? Or Q is equal to I dt. Q is equal to I into dt, or integration I dt. Or I is equal to dq by dt. I is equal to dq by dt. Rate of variation of charge is called current. So when we differentiate this equation, we can get the alternating current. Of course, what is E? E is equal to E naught sin omega t. That is Q is equal to C into E naught sin omega t. When this equation is differentiated with respect to tan, that is dq by dt is equal to C is constant, E naught is the maximum value, that is also constant, sin omega t. Differentiation of sin omega t, cos omega t into omega, that is equal to, but we know dq by dt is equal to current I, that is equal to C E naught omega cos omega t. So of course this can be written as I is equal to E naught by 1 by C omega. 1 by C omega is also C omega. This is cos omega t may be written as sin omega t plus pi by 2. We know sin 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta. Second quarter, all sign are positive. Sin 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta. So, I am writing here cos omega t is equal to sin omega t plus pi by 2. When the current is maximum. If sin omega t plus pi is equal to 1, this is maximum. So, that maximum current is equal to E naught by 1 by c omega. Now, the current can be written as I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. That may be taken as equation 2. Now, when you compare this equation 1 and 2, what is the difference? So, in this there is sin omega t. In this is sin omega t plus pi by 2. It is nothing but alternating current I, phase difference is in front of the alternating voltage by pi by 2 area. In case of pure inductance, the phase difference is lags behind, that is minus pi by 2. In case of capacitor, this is plus pi by 2. So how can we draw vectorically? So this is one we have taken as x-axis. This is point A, which represents the E naught, that is alternating voltage. When the alternating current is plus pi by 2, that is nothing but the direction is along the positive y-axis. There is pi by 2 radian. So this is pi by 2, that is 90 degrees. So the vector diagram of the alternating voltage and alternating current in pure capacitance can be written as this. What is graphical analysis? So this is like this. This is the x-axis. We have to take omega t. This is the y-axis. Initially, the curve of E is equal to E naught sin omega t. That is a sine curve. Sine curve is nothing but as usual. Previously, we discussed number of times. This represents the E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Of course, this is equal to E naught. What about this? I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. That is I is equal to I naught cos omega t plus cos omega t is not minus cos omega t. So it starts at here. Because cos plus cos, it start. This is a maximum value. This is a minus sign. So this represents the I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. Now, what is the role of this 1 by c omega? Here we are representing that I naught is equal to E naught by 1 by c omega. Just like according to the Ohm's law, this may be is equal to V by R. So, where potential difference is replaced by potential, the resistance is replaced by 1 by c omega. It is nothing but 1 by c omega act as a resistance. It is nothing but it opposes the current increase. So this is called capacitive reactance. In case of inductance, that is inductive reactance. In case of capacitor, that is capacitive reactance. So the capacitive reactance can be written as XC is equal to 1 by c omega. Of course, units of this capacitive reactance is also ohm. This is about the analysis of the capacitor.